On Friday, August 21st, 2026, roughly 400 students returned from summer break to Brinell School, a high school in the small Swedish town of Fagersta. The quiet of the first week back was shattered by the sound of sirens and screams echoing through the corridors. Looking at this timeline of the law enforcement response, the crisis begins exactly at 14:06 local time. That is when Vestmanland emergency operators logged the first alarm of ongoing, deadly violence inside the school building. An 18-year-old student named Liam Nebel had entered the halls armed with a sword. The reaction is immediate. By 14:09, just 3 minutes later, multiple police patrols arrive on site and begin a tactical sweep. Simultaneously, surrounding educational institutions, including Olympen and Risbro School, are locked down to secure the perimeter. The physical confrontation happens at 14:16. The first police patrol locates Nebel. They discharge their service weapons, shooting him in the leg, and successfully detain him. From the moment the first call came in to the moment the attacker was placed in handcuffs, exactly 10 minutes had passed. By the standards of traditional law enforcement, this was a textbook rapid response that quickly neutralized an active threat. But as officers secured the premises, they uncovered the human cost of those 10 minutes. A 17-year-old girl was dead. 3 other minor boys, aged 12 to 17, sustained severe injuries requiring emergency surgery. The immediate assumption, echoed in early reports and local reactions, fit a familiar profile. Authorities appeared to have captured a disturbed, isolated teenager, acting out his personal grievances in a single, solitary act of violence. As forensic teams processed the crime scene, they secured the suspect's digital devices. What they extracted from those devices proved the attacker was never truly alone. This new diagram maps out a second timeline, a digital history that branches backward into the days, weeks, and months prior to the incident at Brinell School. During the attack, Nebel disguised himself in a tactical helmet, a face mask, and black clothing. This gear offered no practical ballistic protection. It was a calculated aesthetic choice. Witnesses immediately noted the resemblance to the 2015 school attack in Trollhättan, Sweden, where a 21-year-old named Anton Lundin Pettersson wore a similar mask and helmet before killing 3 people. Nebel was engaging in tactical mimicry. In specific online extremist circles, past attackers are treated as anti-heroes. Successors study their clothing, their weapons of choice, and their manifestos, directly replicating those details to secure status and validation within these radicalized networks. The violence in Fagersta was highly curated. Nebel modeled his appearance to ensure his actions would be instantly recognizable, consumed, and celebrated by a targeted digital audience. That desire for an audience drove his final actions right before the violence began. Looking at this blue node plotted on the digital timeline, we see activity at exactly 13:46 p.m. 20 minutes before the first police alarm. A TikTok account linked to Nebel uploaded a picture of the sword taken inside a school restroom. When investigators searched his seized phone, they found a 30-minute video file. Nebel had set up a camera to document his own attack. By live streaming his environment and posting photographic evidence from inside the school, he maintained an active, real-time connection between his physical location and the digital network encouraging him. 5 days after the physical attack, the digital investigation led authorities far beyond the borders of the small town of Fagersta. On August 26th, police executed a raid in the Stockholm metropolitan area, over 100 miles away from the crime scene, and arrested another suspect. This individual is linked to the True Crime Community, a network where users congregate to obsess over and glorify mass violence. Despite never setting foot in Brinell School, Swedish prosecutors charged this second suspect with accessory to murder and accessory to attempted murder. The arrest of this second suspect establishes a legal precedent. Providing digital validation and psychological encouragement to a potential attacker crosses the line from radical rhetoric into active criminal facilitation. The realization that a remote network could trigger a local tragedy elevated the incident to a matter of national security, prompting addresses from Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson and pushing domestic terrorism to the forefront of the Swedish political agenda. By combining the two graphics on this map, it becomes clear these are not two separate timelines. The physical assault and the digital coordination operate as a single, distributed network of violence. The traditional profile of the isolated lone wolf school shooter no longer applies. Attackers like Liam Neeble act as the physical operatives for decentralized communities of hate. They deliver the final kinetic strike on behalf of a digital network that remains safely hidden behind a screen. Securing physical perimeters, locking doors, and shaving seconds off police response times can only address the violence after it begins. But the actual process of radicalization happens silently, off campus, through the digital devices sitting right in front of the students. To prevent the next physical tragedy, intelligence agencies and local communities have to track, infiltrate, and dismantle the digital networks that arm them.